Welcome back to the channel, family. It's your guy Trip5 back again with another woke TikTok compilation. You know, this type of video was requested by my subscribers, so you know I gotta do these videos more often for you guys. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you're new so you could join the family. We're building a community on this side. So without further ado, let's get right into the video, y'all.
Life is a video game. Here's how you play. Step 1, choose your avatar. Choose the kind of person you want to become and become them. Nothing about you is static. Think about the skills you already have, which ones that you want to gain. Think about the missions and side quests that you want to go on. Then choose and go. This is up to you. Only you can make the decision to play. No one is going to hit start for you. Step 2, gain XP. Reframe the way you look at challenges as opportunities to gain experience points. Every time you overcome a challenge, every time you push through discomfort to do something difficult, that's you gaining experience points. And the more XP you have, the closer you are to leveling up. You only get better by getting better. And step 3, keep going. What happens when you lose in a video game? You spawn right where you are and you go again. As long as you hit continue before the countdown, you're still in the game. You didn't lose, you didn't fail, you just need to gain the necessary skills to clear the level and move on. That's life. And that is what the latest episode of my podcast, The New is all about. Link in bio to listen.
Hey, you can't tell me that video don't look like The Matrix. Remember that scene where Neo was walking through the crowd? That's exactly what that looks like. And you realize that you don't see any bright colors. It's just all black. I read in the comments somebody called it The Working Dead. I wonder if that's what America looks like in traffic.
Is it true that white people need us to survive?
Hell yeah. Without melanin, they can't survive. Matter of fact, if you look at the statistics, white people are dying right now. They are dying more than they're repopulating. And that's why so many black people are coming up missing. Notice they're getting all of these different type of melanin shots inside of them. They're trying to deal with the sun more. Right now, with all of these heat rays and how the sun is heating up and all of the ultraviolet infrared rays is coming from the sun, man, white people are dying globally from skin cancer. The sun is beating they ass. I mean, literally especially in Israel. Look up the sun cancer epidemic in Israel. Man, the sun is whooping they ass.
Didn't know that.
But they need melanin for the sun can charge them and make them supernatural like it does us. We are supernatural people. We are an eternal people. We really is. We are a reflection of God itself. And we can prove this through biology.
When you said that we're eternal people.
That's why I always say we live in a dream world, because we use everybody else's dream. Like this iPad was Steve Jobs' dream. This camera was somebody's dream. This pen was somebody's dream. The clothes I got on was somebody's dream. The house I live in was somebody's dream. We use everybody's designs and creations, but we don't design and create nothing ourselves. We take what the world give us, but we never add value to the world. We are creators. We was never taught how to think. We was told what to think. And still to this day, we're being told what to think. We're not being taught how to think. You know what I'm saying? And like, man, like I said, we live in a dream world. We use everybody's designs and creations, but we don't create nothing ourselves. Like everything we use today, somebody got rich off of it. Everything we look at, somebody got rich off of it. That's crazy. Somebody got rich off this camera. Somebody got rich off this pen. Somebody got rich off this lint roller. But where did this come from? It came from a thought. It came from somebody's idea first. That's why I say we live in a universe full of thoughts and ideas. We live in a dream world where we create things with our thoughts, our words, and our actions. If all three of them line up together, you can manifest and create whatever you want. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. A man would be made or unmade by himself. A man is literally the sum total of what he thinks. We will become whatever we think about the most. Whatever you think about the most, that's what you will become.
People gotta realize that our thoughts create our reality. So it's always best to think positive at all times about any situation, because you can be manifesting without realizing it. Our thoughts are very powerful. You could change your life just by thinking differently. You gotta bring your thoughts from the 4D to the 3D, because everything around us are just people thoughts brought to reality.
What about the earpods?
AirPods is worse than the cell phone. It's microwave just stuck in your ear.
Damn.
Yeah,
man.
that's why. Yeah. So if you look at my Beats by Dre, I actually got these EMF protectors on them. They sell EMF protector stickers, but you have to test them. I done found one that really work. I tested it with my meter. It don't give off no frequency. When I take it off in their own, it reads like 181. But once I put the sticker on, it goes down to 3. So that's a major difference. So you have EMF stickers you can stick on these devices. Do you got? Now B got one on his phone. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. Show it to the camera. So here go one right here. If you look, this is an EMF sticker on the back of the phone. We tested them. So when the phone ring without it on, it would shoot the meter up. I got the meter off of Amazon. It was $399, but a good meter. But the moment you put the sticker on and call it, the meter go down to about 6. It's still reading, but it's not reading 300 or it's not reading 192. So you can put these on your headphones. You can put these on your phones. I got several of them on my laptop, and then I never keep this stuff on my persons at all.
These EMF frequencies can be very dangerous. It could cause brain cancer and many other problems. If you're looking for some powerful EMF stickers, check the link in my description. These are some really good ones. It will protect you and your family from these EMF frequencies that you can't see. You can put them on your laptop, your phone, even your Wi-Fi router. So, check them out. There's a sale going on for a limited time. So make sure you get yours as soon as possible.
I really feel like this country keeps you sick on purpose. Like I went to Colombia and I ate KFC, the McDonald's and everything. Yeah. It was so fresh. It felt like they just cut the chicken in the back. It was so good that when I came back to America, like I craved it. It was terrible. It tastes like plastic. And then it made me, take a big shit. Like, it's like, oh, I forgot why I haven't ate KFC in a long time. Like, it makes me shit. But it didn't make me shit in fucking Colombia. Like, yo, this country is keeping us sick.
Black people got an emotional attachment to this Chick-fil-A spot. I wonder what they putting in it. And I started doing the research. In the hood, there was this argument, Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A. You seen people at Popeyes, man, got shot. Man shot somebody because they didn't have no more chicken sandwiches left. I said, this ain't no regular chicken sandwiches. So I went and looked up Popeyes chicken sandwich. Come to find out, they have over 40 ingredients in the Popeyes chicken sandwich. 32 of them were man-made chemicals. And I said, well, let's see what Chick-fil-A has. Over 50 chemicals in the chicken sandwich. Over 40 of them were man-made chemicals. I said, so hell, this is a dope sandwich. They really are flipping birds over there, because there's no way in the world to justify. I said it in a message and then went on the website of Chick-fil-A, had it broke down where they were clicking on it, showing all of these chemicals that were in it. Do you know the next day, Chick-fil-A took that down off their website because they don't want you to know that they're drugging you. They have you wanting the food, not for nutritional value, but because you become addicted by the MSG and the other chemicals that they've inserted in that also are immune system disruptors. They ill affect your brain, mess with your arteries, which means our bodies, when we eat this kind of food, they are fighting an unnecessary battle. So when the real battles of disease show up, the systems are too worn out by fighting these small battles every day from bad eating that they can't handle a virus when it shows up.
People don't realize that food can be addictive, and there's many addictive chemicals in these fast food restaurants. But you gotta think about it though. You think there's enough chicken to supply all the fast food restaurants around the world? And not only the fast food restaurants, the local businesses. You know how much restaurants there are in the world? And you think there's enough chicken to supply every restaurant? There's no way. Like, think about all the restaurants there is. It's impossible. I know y'all remember that movie, They Clone Tyrone, when the chicken had them going crazy. That movie was very deep.
First.
But animals are eating animals,
Some animals. Almost 75% of animals on this planet are herbivores.
But it's part of our circle of life.
No, it's the circle of
it's
torture
like
and death.
When you see a lion eating a zebra, and you're.
But I notice you have clothes on. And I notice that you have a cell phone and you have a computer. It is unfair to pick one thing that lions do that you want to mimic when you don't want to mimic anything else they do. When lions walk up and greet each other, they sniff each other's ass. When I came in this room, you did not kneel down and sniff my ass. Okay, lions sometimes kill their young when they're runts. Okay, if a human being killed their baby because they didn't want him, we arrest them and charge them with murder. Could you go to a courtroom and say, hey, but Your Honor, lions kill their babies, can't I? It's an unfair comparison. You're not a lion. And just so you know, lions are carnivores. Humans are not. We are herbivores, 100% up and down. You put a 2-year-old child in a crib with a bunny rabbit and an apple, let me know when the child eats the bunny rabbit and plays with the apple. We are purely herbivorous. We have no carnivorous or omnivorous instincts whatsoever. And physiologically, if your jaw moves from side to side in a grinding motion and you chew, you're 100% herbivore. If you were a meat eater like a lion, your jaw would only go like this, up and down, rip and swallow. If you sweat through your pores to cool yourself, you're herbivore.
The scariest part of awakening is that you can no longer be the old you. You can no longer unsee what you have seen. And many times what happens is things have to change. People in your relationships have to change. Your career and your work life has to change. The things that you find passion in have to change. Why? Because awakening is a spiritual awakening. Awakening is a process of you no longer being this third dimension version of you. And that gets scary. It gets scary because the entire life that you have constructed was constructed from the old you, the fear-based you, the scared you. I'm here to encourage you if you're going through this right now, and let you know that you have the courage within you to overcome any of the obstacles and challenges that you're facing when it comes to your awakening journey. And the more and more that you heal, the more and more that you release, and the more and more that you heal, and the more and more that you release the control of the mind and the ego, the more and more that you allow yourself to tap into your heart, your intuition, your true power. And what I can promise you is this: life gets 100 times more abundant, 100 times easier, and 100 times more in flow when you have awakened. Once you face that fear, once you let go of what no longer serves you, and once you step into the new you and your new life.
This message is for chosen ones, and this is how you know that you are here to change the trajectory of the masses. Chosen ones are very interesting people, and as a chosen one, I know this because I live it. Chosen ones are always set apart, no matter what. You are always isolated. You are always the one to get picked on. You're always the one to get booted out the group. You're always the one for some reason that makes everybody else feel uncomfortable. You may be the one where everyone has a job and for some reason you get fired. You may be the one where you're the nicest person in your family, but for someone you don't get invited. For some reason you never get invited to things. Chosen ones are made to always feel isolated. Because your confidence and light triggers people on such aggressive levels, they have to isolate you to feel comfortable. Chosen ones have the power of influence. When you open your mouth, people listen. People watch you all the time. They admire your intelligence. They admire your mind. They won't tell you this. They will not tell you this. Because chosen ones also go through the issue of people never wanting to give you props. They use you for inspiration. They copy you. They mimic you. They do what you do. They go online and they use you as a blueprint. They can't move until you move. But they will never, ever tell you that they admire you. They rather watch you from afar and use you as a blueprint to build themselves up. Chosen ones are very influential. Chosen ones have a gift of influence. That's why a lot of TikTokers that I follow back on the private list, I know you all are chosen ones. That's why I follow you, because I can feel it. I can sense it. You're intelligent. You have something about you that most people do not have. Chosen ones are unforgettable. When you're a chosen one, people don't forget you. Like, you have a spirit and a face on you that it could be 10 years down the line. People don't forget you, which brings me to the negative part of it. Chosen ones have a lot of stalkers. When people get in contact with a chosen one and you break off a relationship with them, they don't stop stalking you. If I could tell you guys the amount.
That's what make you bogus as hell, because you know who you are. You been knew who you was, but you scared to show the world who you are. And when you doing that, you're hindering us in this war. We need every fucking soul and spirit down here to be who the fuck they are. I'm being who I am. I'm playing my role in the war. But you gotta be you. Because being you is going to complete us. Everybody looking on a savior. Everybody looking for a hero. See, all that bullshit come from religion.
You know, spiritual warfare is heavy right now, and everybody got a role to play. You know, it took me a while to, you know, get on camera and do this. You know, I always had the knowledge, but, you know, I was scared to get on camera and do this. But, you know, now I'm here, and I'm becoming more comfortable every day. My early subscribers, you know, I've been doing this since like 2020, making these type of videos. But, you know, I wasn't showing my face. But, you know, here I am now, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, all of our roles are different. Maybe you could make art. Maybe you could make music. Maybe you could do videos like this. Maybe you can make clothing. It could probably help the collective without you realizing it. We all came here to make a change. This is why my motto is, change is coming. Because judgment day is upon them. We about to shift to this new earth.
The beauty of the brothers and sisters that's in consciousness is it goes beyond just you being God's and nobody else. It goes beyond to say that it is because of you that the race has a chance. Although everything is going to be redeemed anyway. That's prophesied. But you got to understand, in the form of the redemption of us going to the higher levels, the whole race being redeemed, there's a group of people that is sent down to be the helpers. And those group of people, if you don't get anything, the reason why shit is holding back is because the ones in consciousness do not understand it. You are those people. That's the deal. You see what I'm saying? So now, instead of feeling good about your career and whether I made it, whether I got enough money, that's superficial shit, which is nothing anyway. Idiots have money. You see what I'm saying? The most diabolical people in the world have so-called quote-unquote made it. But the most important people on the planet is the one that received this knowledge to get the people out of this shit, and that is you. Okay? And this is the key. We got to keep constantly reminding ourselves. And it's an ongoing process. You got to remind yourself every day that I am the Christ which is to come, which the Holy Kabbalah tell you that you are. You see what I'm saying? And start thinking like a God and all.
To hell. You keep playing with God and you leave this earth, you are going to hell.
Listen, in all seriousness, my last video was meant to have a little fun, make a lighthearted joke out of a kind of depressing situation. I don't know what it's going to take for Black Americans specifically to recognize that this is a slave owner's religion. And I ain't trying to sound like a hotep or nothing, my sister. But the only reason why Christianity is popular with Black Americans is because that was the first book, the first, and for some of us, the only book that we ever were allowed to read, and would be the first book that we would learn to read to understand how to speak English. It is embedded in our culture because it's a part of the trauma of our ancestry. Now, I'm not here to try to convert you to be a witch because I really don't give a fuck. This is not about saving souls. This is not about recruiting people or getting people to believe what I believe. This is about my personal relationship with the source, with the divine, with God, whoever it is that you believe is up there pulling the switches. My practice is entirely my practice, and it is not my job to go and try to see if other people are doing what they need to do. That's kind of a Christian thing. But I will make fun of y'all because y'all be making the material. Y'all want to persecute us so bad, but if Jesus came back right now, you'd be calling him a witch too. All the miracles in the Bible and y'all ain't putting 2 and 2 together? Hello? If some of you were more like Christ, we wouldn't have such high medical bills. We wouldn't have such expensive grocery. I'm telling you, if somebody out there could get like Christ, go down to your local grocery store, get some filet mignon, some salmon, some bread, maybe some iced coffee, and be breaking it off and multiplying it in the parking lot, I swear to God, I will convert right now. Drop the spell, because that's what it is, and y'all ain't ready to hear that. You're not ready to hear that, because those works, those are just analogies, right? Those didn't really happen. And, you know, that's just a special one-off thing for Jesus, although he was a man and although you're supposed to be like him. But you're not meant to do those types of things. That's for the Son of God. Even though you're a child of God too. You see how your logic is just really collapsing in a lot of ways, and why people aren't taking you as seriously as they once did, and why now, when we have access to so much information and knowledge, people are starting to peel back the layers and recognizing the true history of this baby religion. Because that's right. Y'all just got in the game. You're not even that old to be talking all that shit. Little baby religion out here trying to tell people what to do. Granted, you've done a great job of indoctrinating a lot of people, so kudos. But you see, we're minding our own business over here and you're all up in it. You see how you can't possibly be doing what you need to be doing if you're in my business? In our business? And I get it, it's hard to remove the indoctrination and heal from the religious trauma, but y'all be getting on this app absolutely trying to destroy and demonize any and everybody else who does not believe what you believe. But then you expect people to respect you and your beliefs and not push anything that they believe on you, which most people aren't. You just think that because they won't conform to your way of thinking. When the tables are turned, all of a sudden you don't understand free speech. All of a sudden you don't understand why we can't have difference of opinions. And if you could be friends with someone as a Christian who's Catholic, or you could be friends with somebody who's Jewish, or you could be friends with somebody who's Muslim, but you can't be friends with somebody who's a witch, that's just a different faith, is like your religion is not your personality. It's not a personality trait. It's a spiritual practice that's meant to help you get through the hard parts of your life and develop you as an individual. You're using that as a way to justify whether or not you should be kind to people. I'm sorry, you're actually a joke. And I will be dicing you up into comedy bits. Okay? That's just what it is every single motherfucking time.
Hey, what they be saying? She just ate y'all up crazy. All the religion people, she just went crazy on y'all. Religion got black people in a chokehold. Like, it keeps you in a box and you don't think outside of it. When you're into spirituality, you think freely. You open to different things. Religious people demonize anyone who's into spirituality and say all of them is going to hell. But do you say the people who are Muslim or, or into Buddhism are going to hell because they believe something differently than you? Religion is just another way to cause separation amongst the people.
Let me tell y'all this too. People do not have to go and light a candle to do anything to you. People do not have to write your name down and put you in no jar or bury you in no hole, wipe their ass and flush you down no toilet. People don't have to do that to you. The worst type of witchcraft that can be done to you is when you do wrong to an innocent person and they cry and they cry and they cry and they drop tears, because when them tears roll down their face and land and touch that floor, it is an actual libation to their ancestors and their spirit guides and their spirit court. That's why you hear people say that you will pay for every tear that you make somebody cry, because they're crying out a libation. You don't understand that their ancestors will come and knock your whole fucking head off. You would think that a bitch put some witchcraft on you. A bitch don't put their mouth on you. They literal mouth. Crying tears. Your ass will pay. Anyway, let's get back.
Okay, clearly they don't want this information out, so you better listen up. I have tried to film this content and it would not upload to TikTok. Message for black people: you cannot eat the same thing as white people, Asian people, Hispanic people. You have different DNA. Traditional African diet. Your fiber needs to be 8 times higher than white people's. Sodium, 1/6 of processed diet. Calcium, 7 times higher than theirs. Vitamins, higher levels of water. Sunlight, obviously we know that one. 80% more sunlight for black people. For the pineal organ, so-called gland, your water intake needs to be higher, 90% higher. Your vegetables and your fruit needs to be 80% higher, is 80% higher and organic than white people's. Meat, your meat consumption is 15% higher organic animal flesh. Breast milk, cow's milk is indigestible, causes colds, allergies, and diseases and mood swings. So let's flip over to talking about milk, because I am lactose intolerant, but it was saying somewhere in here that basically most black people are lactose intolerant. This is the book. Go ahead and get it. I don't make any money off of y'all having this information. Educate yourself.
If you really know the things that I hate and the people that I hate is the people that black people love the most? Can I say it?
Say it.
I don't like preachers and politicians. There's a few preachers that I like and I think they're cool. But think about this. We got the form of Christianity that we have in America right now from the people that hated us the most. They didn't want you on earth. Why would they give you the key to heaven? They didn't want your black ass right here. Why would they take you wherever they at? That's a fucking lie. And have white people ever acted like Jesus? They never were acted like Jesus. Where was all that shit when we were slaves? Where all that shit when they beating your motherfucking ass? Shit, I think it's just as bad if you a cop or you a preacher as it is being a fucking gang member. They tell black people you're going to hell forever, ever. There ain't no fucking hell. Like, God know exactly the situations that we're in. We have lessons to learn, but even the fact that we think there's a devil. If you think God is omnipotent, duality is a fucking lie. If God created the devil, why would you even speak of the devil even if the devil fucking existed? See, the reason why they give you the devil is because you'll never admit that you the fucking devil. So if you blame it on an outside entity, something outside of yourself, then you would never fix you. When I fixed me, my life changed. It wasn't no fucking devil. It ain't these crackers. It ain't none of that shit. It's me. I'm the problem.
This is how you know it was us first, because before it was considered reservations, what were they called? Concentration camps.
It's up.
Before concentration camps, they were called public labor
At the
camps.
Okeechobee labor camp.
Did we see any Native Americans go through so-called slavery? Because that's the land that they're talking about. Were they on the plantations? No. These people are brand new. They just got here. And you can't trace Native American to American Indian by way of paperwork. That's a brand new term that just started in the 1970s. I put that out there too. The first time that you heard the term Native American was from the Native American Party, the Know Nothings, the third largest political party during the time period of the Federalists and the Whigs. They were fighting for rights then, as foreigners. So that's why I tell people to stop calling yourself Native, because that has nothing to do with you. You're indigenous to this land. You're not a visitor.
So here's the secret of the universe they don't tell you in school. Did you know you can literally harness the entire energetic network of trees in order to expand your consciousness and bring yourself into deeper states of awareness? The beautiful thing about trees is they're connected to each other. These are literally beings that incarnated here to have a soul experience, but do it in the one place, fixed in the ground. You and I can move around, and that's part of our journey in these vessels. For a tree, it is actually to link with other trees in the forest, in the jungle, through their natural energetics and the energy that they emit. You can tap into this grid of knowledge. All you have to do is put your hand on the tree and ask for the tree to send you the information that you require in order to expand your soul mission and come into abundance. Yeah, like I said, they don't teach you that shit in school. Hand on tree, hand on heart, ask. Remember, this is a playground, and as we move into the new earth, we're going to be doing this shit more and more.
You don't need food, you need charging. There are many different ways you can charge the body, like grounding or standing next to trees. You are a biological battery. When you are hungry, this is not hunger. This is your digestive system getting rid of waste and toxins from the body. It's important that you fast because after 2 days of fasting, your body produces stem cells to regenerate the body. The more toxic your body is, the more sleep you need. You don't need 8 hours. This is real food. Humans possess trichromatic vision, which means their brains are wired to seek color, just like every other herbivore animal. Our brains are wired to seek electrical, colorful food, which charges us, not dead, rotting flesh. Foods are either acidic or alkaline. Acidic foods promote cellular deconstruction, which destroys your cells. Alkaline foods promote construction of your cells. Every 90 days, your cells are brand new. You can regenerate your body just by eating the correct food. Food is designed to grow on trees and from the ground, not on legs running away from you.
You know, he explains that very well. We all have electromagnetic fields around us. These foods give us energy. Once you realize that everything is energy, frequency, and vibration, only then will you understand life to the fullest. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm on the road to 10K subscribers. Let's get the likes up on this video so it can reach the algorithm and reach more people who want to see this type of content. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description below. We out, y'all. See you on the next video.